Hey, I'm Dan from Kent Boot Camps. Welcome back if you've been following our mobility and stretching series. Haven't posted for a couple of weeks, so we're going to talk about today our hip flexors. Now, hip flexors are crucial. Their role basically to flex the hip from here as we run, sprint, walk. Also used to in everything we do, really, generally. Pretty functional bit of kit that we need. As we sit down all day, as we're active, sport and various other kind of activities, hip flexors tend to tighten. They're pretty crucial in terms of origins of back pain, and that is because where they kind of sit. They attach right into the lumbar spine and right into the leg here, the femur. So any tightness or imbalance there is going to cause a pulling on the spine, can cause distortions in the rotations and through the lumbar spine and the pelvis, and can be a problem area for back pain. So it's a good one to try and keep loose and mobile if you want to avoid back pain and also be able to get into things like a squat and other exercises and a lunge, which we'll talk about in a second. So isn't particularly very scientific. Well, it is scientific, but it's not very good to demonstrate, and I haven't got a plinth table to do, so I'm going to quickly show you on a tyre how you can monitor whether your hip flexors are tight. You can actually see it when you're exercising, but when you're exercising on your own, you're not going to be able to see that. So what you need to do is get the edge of a bed or a table or something, or a tyre. You literally lie down, sit your bum on the edge of the bed or the table, lie back, without falling in the tyre. Hold on to one leg here and put it to your chest, and let this other leg relax. I'll do it on the other side. If you pull that, I can't really do it with both hands, but if you pull with both hands and let your right leg relax, if you feel like if your leg's in the air like this, then you know you've got a tight hip flex. If you can relax it down whilst putting it to your chest, keeping your back flat, then you know you've got a tight, you know you're okay. Other ways of seeing it is when you lunge. We see it when people lunge from the side. They drop down, they get to about here, and then this tightens up, and then they feel like they bend forward and they're putting their hands on their thighs. Now that is obviously a sign that you're tight through here as well, and we need to keep this open and flexible so we can get right down to the bottom without compensating and pulling us forward. So, a couple of ways you can see there. Try a lunge, see if you can seat bolt upright, lie on the edge of a table or a bed, pull one leg to your chest, knee to your chest, and then see what happens with the other leg. Does it lift up? Is there a gap underneath the thigh, or is it nice and relaxed and flopping? So, quick test. If you find that you're tight, then we need to stretch, and if you don't, happy days, keep going. And it's good to kind of periodically stretch anyway. So nice simple stretches, always keep these simple so that you haven't got any sort of, you can remember them. First exercise is just a simple hip stretch. You probably need something to maybe to balance on. Nice long stride, keeping tall, lengthening through the spine, just pushing forward, tucking your pelvis under, and just hold in that stretch there for 20 seconds or so. And then just moving your front knee out a little bit, like so, to stretch, to mimic that kind of squatting position that we can get into. And just play around with the position of the front knee here, emphasizing which way you're pushing your torso a little bit, and just kind of moving in and out for 20 seconds each direction. Change sides and obviously do the other side. From the side angle, it looks like so, hips forward, open, like so. So I would say maybe to get a really good deep stretch, you want to go for a little kind of minute longer, a minute or more. And just rock up in front of the TV, watch TV or whatever you're doing, and just get into those positions. Another really good stretch which hits the quads as well. It's just getting something like a table, a chair, a bench, popping your foot up, dropping down, and again holding that position nice and tall. Okay? The closer your heel is towards your bum, the bigger the stretch. And again, just try and make sure you're not rolling forward from here. So it's important to keep your hip flexors mobile for squatting. So make sure you've got proper lunging technique, to making sure you haven't got any kind of rotation in your back. What you need to be careful of particularly is when you're looking at your left side versus right side, that they're reasonably equal, that one's not really tighter than the other one, because that can put a twist through the back and the lumbar spine. So if you find that's the case, if your left side feels really tighter than your right side, hit the left side twice compared to once on the right side, 2-to-1 ratio. So I hope that helps. Stretch your hips, it's where it's at. Hope to see you at boot camp soon. Take care now.